Hey everyone, welcome back to Cody Tarot. I'm your tarot reader, Cody. Today's reading is Who is the Next Love Coming into Your Life? We have 5 groups in front of us today. So each group is associated with a specific crystal. You basically pick the crystal on the screen that you're most drawn to, and then you go to the timestamp that's associated with that crystal and group in the comment section or description box, and that fast forwards you to your tarot card reading for today. So without further ado, I'm going to show you the crystals up close, and then we'll get into the reading. So first crystal for first group is Amethyst, this Amethyst cluster. So that's group 1. Group 2 is Apatite, this yellow Apatite. That's group 2. Group 3 is this orange Agate. So that's group 3. Group 4 is blue Aragonite. That's group 4. And last, group 5 is this Jade cube. So this is just green Jade. So yeah. So with that said, here's all your crystals you can select from today for today's reading. Take all the time you need to pick your crystal. You can even pause the video here if you need some more time to select. Yeah, without further ado, let's get into it with group number 1 with the Amethyst. Hey, group 1, this is if you picked the Amethyst cluster right here. This will be your reading. So let's start with an animal oracle card, just to give me a little bit of a gist of this person's personality, who is coming in love for you, who is this next person. And we have Camel. Perfect. Just one quick message coming through that's possible. This person, you could see them spit in public. So if you're watching, I mean, guys or girls, you could see this person spit in public. Maybe they have, some going on with their mouth, and, you see them like spit in public or something like that. Yeah, let's see. Let's get a love story oracle card for you guys. Let's see, this card wants to come out. We have confusion. Okay. Right off the bat, I think first impression of this person is they are a talker and they do spit a lot, or like they have a lot of saliva in their mouth. So I feel like this is the type of person who physically, when you're looking at them and they're talking, they seem to have a wet mouth, or maybe they, slur their speech or something like that, or they just have kind of like a slurry way of communicating. I do see that at first this person's very confusing for you. I feel like you don't know what's going on with them really. With the fire symbol for camel, I do think you find them very physically attractive. I think they're very hot to you. Even though they might be odd looking to some other people. I'm thinking of camels and how camels kind of look a little odd sometimes, or to some people they look odd. So I do feel like you guys are thinking this person's really, really attractive, but your friends might say like, oh my gosh, why are you going for them? Like, they're not that cute, they're not that attractive. But for you guys, you're like, yes, this is my person, I really like them. So this is the person who has a kind of a unique sense of beauty. I honestly believe that if you're the types of people that are really attracted to like conventional beauty, I think this person's going to surprise you, because I don't think a lot of people find this person beautiful, but you definitely find them incredibly sexy. We have a lot of blue and indigo in these cards too. So I think there's a psychic connection between you and this person, which is interesting, because I think that like leads to a little bit of the confusion, because you're not expecting them to be so empathetic, is kind of what I'm picking up on. You also picked the Amethyst crystal, which talks about the crown chakra. So I do think this connection is divinely guided. Also with the moon here and the blue moon, I do see that you guys are probably going to talk about philosophy a little bit. You're going to talk about different ideas that both of you have. You're going to both be able to speak your truth. I think there's going to be a lot of communication with both of you. There's a lot of communication, and it's not always necessarily, at least in the beginning, it's not necessarily going to be, that clear of communication. With confusion here, I often get this cards when someone's ideas are so far expanded that they're beyond the scope of like normal conversation. So I feel like you guys are going to have a lot of conversations, or you're like trying to put your specific ideas that you have in your separate heads into words to communicate, because you do sense that this person is here to communicate with you. For some of you, the first interaction is going to be a little bit of an argument. There's going to be a little bit of feistiness between your connection, like between both of you. I think this passes over time, but for the most part, I am seeing like just a general sense of confusion. For most of you, it's going to be intellectual confusion. I think that this person's ideas are a little out there. And I think that your ideas also to them seem a little out there, but I do think you are very physically attracted to this person, and it probably has some potential for a long-term compatibility. I'm gonna have to pull more cards to see, but let's pull, let me pull a, actually since I'm grabbing this deck, I'll just pull these cards. Let's see. We have healthy boundaries, okay, and then I need to get one more. Draw from the top. We have divine temple source. Yeah, I feel the interesting thing with you guys with healthy boundaries, I feel like this person pushes you a little bit. And for those of you where this is an intellectual conversation, I feel like there is going to be some intellectual boundaries. I think that's going to be new for a lot of you. I don't think a lot of you have really dealt with intellectual boundaries before. You may have dealt with actual physical boundaries or setting boundaries with someone as far as like, you cannot say this to me, or I don't appreciate this behavior. Like you will either have to stop this or I'm out, something like that. With healthy boundaries, I do see that there are going to be some boundaries that are going to be discussed in this connection. There's going to be a little bit of give and take, but at the same time, don't be afraid to put your foot down, because I am seeing this person's going to respect those boundaries. And that's something that's very different about this connection than you may have had from other connections, is that this person really is going to respect your boundaries. They're going to appreciate what you're saying to them and like how you're setting up your barriers, basically your protective barriers. I do feel like this person is, in a way, one of you is meant to break down the other one's boundaries, but it's because, how do I put this? I think that first, intellectually, you guys are going to break down a lot of boundaries that the other person has. Like, you're going to challenge each other's ideas, and that's going to be a little confusing. Now, healthy boundaries intellectually just means that when you guys first start talking about ideas, it can be very exciting. It can be very, like, exciting, but I think that it could cross over into territory where you might have to set up boundaries about, like, okay, we're not going to discuss this topic, or if we do discuss this topic, approach me from this angle, something like that. So communication is really big in this connection. With the red jasper here representing the root chakra, I do see both of you feeling energized in each other's presence. I feel like you could get a lot done around this person. This person would be a good work associate as well as a lover. With divine temple with source here, there is this feeling that this person, you're going to feel like they're very connected spiritually. Even though their ideas are a little confusing, you're going to still feel this deep spiritual connection with them and in them, like that they're connected to source extremely. I think you're going to be a little envious of that, because I think that you guys watching this want to be connected to source as well, or you want to have a relationship with source or the universe, and maybe you guys feel less connected than this person. This person feels more, how do I put it? And this is just appearances, right? This is just because they come off this way. You actually have a very similar connection to source that they do. And I think that you guys are going to work in tandem on that connection. So for example, I think both of you are going to amplify each other's manifesting abilities by a lot. I think that both of you are going to help each other connect spiritually to a bigger picture. There's something very Neptunian about this connection. I think I want to roll the astro dice now to get a little bit more info, and then I'll pull some tarot cards. So we have Cancer, Mercury, and the 7th house. So one thing that I'm seeing is this person is a partner that you're meant to have in your life. We have that here at the 7th house. With Mercury, I know you guys hate hearing this. You hate hearing if someone's coming in temporarily or is going to leave. But I am seeing this person is more of a temporary connection with the Mercury energy here. Now, I do see that if you guys find that this person's a true intellectual soulmate, this could be a very deep, passionate connection that could last a very long time if it is in the realm of the intellect. If the intellect is very important to you guys and that's something that you want a relationship based off of, this could be a very long-term connection. Just because we have Mercury here, Mercury is like fleeting things is kind of how I'm seeing this, and also like intellectual things in the mind. So I feel like if you guys, a relationship where it's a meeting of the minds is really, really important to you, this could be your person. This could be your like forever person. With Cancer here, I do feel there is a feeling of comfort and stability. I do feel also with the Cancer and healthy boundaries, there is this feeling of wanting to feel protected, but at the same time close to your partner. I'm getting kind of like moth to the flame vibes, like wanting to reveal a lot, but being afraid to do so. Being afraid to hurt your partner, but then also like worrying that your partner could hurt you if you get too close. Yeah, let's pull more cards for that. I want to pull tarot cards now. Let's pull some tarot cards for this person coming in. Yeah, I'm hearing don't be afraid to set healthy boundaries, you guys. It's not a big deal. They're not going to take offense. This person knows and has had to deal with other people, other friends of theirs that have had to set healthy boundaries with people in their lives. So they respect people who are like that, who do set healthy boundaries. Yeah, with Five of Wands here, I do see a little bit of intellectual competition. I'm not going to lie. I feel like this person, you're going to have a little bit of competition with them intellectually. I do feel like both of you are going to connect deeper to source in general in this connection. We see that again here with the Hierophant, with this epiphany or this enlightenment, or climbing this staircase to enlightenment, which we have here in this Hierophant card. I think there's going to be a lot of humor in this connection too. I don't think it's going to be tense, because we have the Five of Wands here that could indicate arguments. It's not indicating arguments in this reading. It's indicating competition. It's indicating teamwork. It's indicating building off each other's arguments to reach greater heights. And that's what we have it paired here with the Hierophant. These guys are climbing and trying to reach this flame up here, and they're like these acrobats. So I feel like there's a lot of maneuvering in this connection, intellectual maneuvering, in order to get to the right point or the correct assessment of a situation. But at the same time with the Hierophant here, I do see that it's going to be a lot of fun doing this together. I mean, I see like a really strong sense of humor between both of you. I feel like there's a lot of laughter. Meditation could be very beneficial if both of you meditate together. I think you guys could receive deeper insights into your thought processes if you actually sit in silence with each other and just let each other marinate in your own minds next to each other. That could be something that's very beneficial. With Two of Pentacles here, I do see that you are meant to make money with this person. You're meant to have an exchange of money. This person is helping you figure out the give and take of life, the exchange, the give and take and the exchange of life. Basically, I see this person as helping you with money matters, but in a way that's very indirectly is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. Because I do see this is not necessarily the main point of this connection. So it could be that just through this connection, accidentally, you become better at managing your money. You become better at working with money. You become better at selling your products. You become better at receiving money. You become a better buyer also. I feel like you guys watching this group, you're going to become a better buyer. You're going to purchase items. How do I put this? You're just going to become a better like bargainer, basically a better bargainer. You'll be better equipped to like handle transactions and stuff like that. The Hierophant is Taurus energy, and then the 7th house is here. I am feeling also that this person could be like very intellectual or very knowledgeable, or have a lot of be like very well read or something like that. I do see a pretty passionate connection with the red jasper and the 5 of Wands. It is very intellectual though. I'm going to be honest, it's very heady. And so there's going to be a mix of intellectualism and passion. So even though this person is your next love interest, and this person, you know, you probably will have like hookups with them and stuff like that, or an intimate moment or something like that, or there's going to be an attraction there. I do feel like it's very heady. Like this is a connection where there's going to be a lot of discussion of ideas and intellectualism, not just the physical. So it's a little bit of a blend of a physical connection and an intellectual connection. Sometimes these connections can be more sensual than they are sexual. So it could be less like super intense energy and more like pleasantly sensual energy. So nothing really like extreme or dominant. Yeah, this person with the camel here has a really wet mouth. They have a really moist mouth, so expect like wet kisses. They're not going to have a dry mouth. Trying to think of what else. And remember, they're going to look a little different than, it's either different than what you're normally attracted to, but you're attracted to them anyway, or it's different than like what your friends think of what is attractive. Like your friends might think like, oh my gosh, they're so hideous. And you're thinking like, no, they're gorgeous. You know, so I feel like this is one of those people who your friends don't really approve of because they think that maybe either you're too... There's a vibe that you might be too hot for this person is kind of the vibe that's coming through, except that you find them very, very attractive, like hotter than you are, essentially, or that you perceive yourself to be. That's what I'm trying to say. So, for example, your friends... They could just like make little comments like that you could do better or something like that. But the truth is that this person, and they're only saying that physically. I feel like intellectually, your friends really respect this person. If they heard them talk or had a discussion with them, I don't know if that's even going to happen. But I think if your friends were able to understand their concepts and ideas, they would feel that this person is worthy for you, at least on an intellectual plane. They just think like physically there's a discrepancy there with you in them or something like that. But I do see that you find this person very physically attractive, right? Source is interesting here. We have Divine Temple. I feel like you guys are being brought together for a reason. This is more a divine connection. You did pick the Amethyst, so this is kind of a connection that's meant to come into your life. I think it's really going to clear up a lot of thoughts that you had, a lot of confusion that you had. Even though it starts out very confusing, I think it's going to clear up a lot of confusion in the end of the connection as you guys get closer together. I feel this is going to be an intellectual soulmate, someone who you really can communicate with on a deep level. So if you're looking for that type of person that you've been trying to manifest an intellectual partner or someone you can really communicate very well with, this is that person. Mood, indigo energy, sorry, not mood, indigo energy. And then we have, what's the other? Blue energy. Like, so we do have like throat chakra and third eye chakra, like very strong influences here. I am seeing that it's possible there could be competition for this person, that maybe one of your friends likes this person. But to be honest, that's only a small chance for some of you, because honestly, I think most of your friends are just going to leave this person. I think this person's very available. I don't think that many people are going after them. I don't think you're going to have a lot of competition in that regard. I'm mainly seeing the Five of Wands as intellectual competition between you and this person, like trying to have the best idea or trying to come up with the best solution or something like that, and then kind of building off each other's statements and stuff like that. Very cool. I'm going to end the reading there. If you guys like this reading, please like or comment below. If you really enjoyed this reading, feel free to subscribe to my channel. We're always welcoming new subscribers here at Cody Tarot. And with that said, we're going to move on to the next group, which is the Yellow Apatite. Thank you guys again so much for watching. It was a pleasure reading for you today. It was really fun. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hey, group 2, this is if you picked the Yellow Apatite right here. This will be your reading. So let's get right into it. I'm going to start with a Animal Oracle card and a Love Story Oracle card here on the table. And let's get an Animal Oracle card for group 2 and their connection, their next love connection coming in for them. We have Firefly. And let's get a Love Story Oracle card to further describe this connection that's coming in for group 2. What is the connection coming in for group 2? What is some information we need? What Love Story Oracle card needs to come through? Okay, I'm going to draw from the top. We have self-love. Okay. Right off the bat, this person shines. They could be smaller in frame or have a smaller appearance, but they definitely have a big impact. This person glows very brightly. So for example, I feel like a lot of people are attracted to this person. A lot of people care about this person. A lot of people want this person, but this person is also a little mysterious, just like a firefly where the light dims out and you can't see it all of a sudden, and then all of a sudden the light comes back on. This person kind of has that effect on people and situations. I feel like sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. They're also represented by an air symbol here. So they're a little, I'm seeing that this person that you're encountering, at least upon first meeting them, you're going to feel like they're a little hot and cold, but when they shine brightly. Like it's like the sun shining on everyone around them. They're just this effervescent, like extroverted energy that's so powerful, happy, and jubilant, right? This is a very powerful personality when they're on. That's the key word here, when they're on. Because I see that when they turn off, they go withdrawn, within. They have a way of making themselves very visible in one moment. Or like, for example, one evening you could be hanging out with them and they're wearing like these really brightly colored clothes, very eye-catching things, and their personality is very bubbly. And then in another period, they might be wearing like things that make them like, how do I put this, blend into the background, right? Like, or not be that visible, or they might not be that social. If you try to approach them in conversation, they might be very one-worded. They might say one or two words and then not like carry the conversation further. So this person in general has this kind of like on and off again energy. I do see though that it's not that bothersome to you. So I feel like if you guys pick this pile and you're like, oh, another one of those, you picked the wrong group. This is not a person coming in for you. This is a person coming in for my people who pick group 2 that really enjoy a person who's very bright and sunny and just fills the room, but they don't necessarily need that energy all the time. I'm getting a very strong, especially with self-love here, I'm getting this very vibe that this person reflects positively on you. So this person actually makes you feel more loving toward yourself. It's a very strange connection because typically when we have someone that we're attracted to, we feel more loving energy to them specifically. This energy is when they're around you, they make you feel like you can love yourself more. So you feel more empowered in their presence is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. This comes from the fact that this person has really worked on their self-love and it took them many, many years to achieve it, but they really got there and they put in the effort, they put forth the effort, and they have this very much like loving energy towards themselves. Yeah, their energy as far as like extrovert, introvert energy is a little bit bipolar, right? They're on one moment and then the next moment they're off, right? People don't know what to expect, what side it's going to come out, but the thing is it's very accepted. That's kind of what I'm seeing. So people don't know what to expect, but that side of them is very accepted. So for the most part, this person's very like a fun person. I do see that they need their space a little bit. They are an air sign, but I don't see that bothering you guys that much. I feel like you guys want a connection or relationship where you both each have a little bit of breathing room is kind of what I'm seeing. But with self-love here, this is really cool because they're highlighting an aspect of yourself that maybe you guys struggled with recently. And so this person's really coming in to like help you with that specific aspect of yourself. Specifically when they're on and they're bright and they're shining like the sun, and they're very effervescent and extroverted, I do see that this makes you feel a lot of love towards yourself. I think this person might compliment you a lot is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. This is the type of energy where someone's like complimenting you a whole bunch or telling you positive things about yourself, and then you like reflects on you and you feel good about yourself. And these are not compliments that are like gonna feel weird. You know, I'm gonna be honest, like sometimes there's compliments in the world and I'm sorry, but some people compliment you and they feel weird. They feel like weird compliments. You're like, oh, okay, like why'd you compliment that part of me? Like that's something I'm insecure about, or that's something I don't like about myself. So it's like interesting. This person definitely knows how to compliment you in the right way. They compliment you in the way that makes you feel more self-love towards yourself. So let's continue on with the reading. I want to pull some crystal cards to see what else is coming through. Let's get 2 crystal cards to see what else is coming through for these connections. And we have Fairy Stone with fertility, and we have Diopside with Mother Earth. Yeah, especially with this green stone here with Diopside, I do see you guys have like a opening of your heart chakra around this person. So I think you're going to feel this person, this attraction to this person in your chest. So you're going to have some kind of sensation in your chest when you meet this person. You could feel lighter. You could feel like, sometimes with my heart chakra activates, I feel sometimes like a burning in my chest, or like it's like my heart's on fire. So you might have something like that. Also with fertility here, this person and you are going to have, there's a chance of a baby if you guys want one, because I feel like you are meant to meet. Some couples, when they meet, they might not be the most fertile match. They're compatible in totally other ways, but maybe it's very difficult for them to have a baby or something like that, because that's just the way it is. With this person, not so much. If you want a kid with this person, the fertility card here is just indicating that yes, you can have a kid with this person. This person would be someone that would be probably an excellent parent as well. Also with the Fairy Stone with fertility, you can create with this person. This person will want to create with you and create art, music, literature, whatever you guys create together. You know, you could, I say literature because they could help you write a story, or they could give you better ideas for a story, or you could help them with a story of theirs. The thing is, with fertility, creativity and birthing things is going to be a big part of this love relationship. I think that both of you are going to so much enjoy the creative process with each other that it's going to be really phenomenal, honestly. I think that it's going to bring a lot of possibly lightheartedness to the connection, because I know when I'm creative, I feel like lighthearted with my friends when we get to be creative and just fool around and do little improv skits and stuff like that. We get to feel a little bit lighthearted and silly and goofy. So I do feel like this person, you know, with that creativity, it's going to unlock some emotions. If not like goofiness or like happiness in that way, it's going to unlock specific emotions that are powerful for you guys, that are going to help you grow, essentially. So for example, if it is dramatic emotions, the creativity is unlocking dramatic emotions. I do see that these dramatic emotions are going to help you grow. They're going to help you fully analyze yourself with this self-love card and help you expand your consciousness, essentially. So you're creating these projects that are also helping you expand your consciousness. With Mother Earth, I also see that you guys are probably going to spend a lot of time in nature, or specifically that this person has a very earthy vibe to them. So you could be spending a lot of time in nature, or this person has an earthy vibe. For those of you where you're spending a lot of time in nature, I do see that like it's going to be very powerful, because I do see that nature is better with this person. I feel like you guys could go out on a walk to the park or to the beach or to the mountains or wherever you guys have nature near you, the desert, whatever. And when you guys go out in nature and you ground yourself, it's just not as pleasant as when this person's around. It's like when this person's around, the air is fresher, the trees smell cleaner, or like you can smell everything better. It's like you're more connected to the earth around this person is kind of what I'm seeing. So they have this kind of earthy, I also think that with fertility and Mother Earth here, if you guys hook up, you could hook up outdoors. So you could have mini hookups outdoors, or you could make out outdoors or something like that. I do see that is like really beneficial for your sex life if you guys hook up with this person and you do it outdoors. Now be safe, because you're not allowed to hook up everywhere outdoors, like for legal reasons and stuff like that. So just be safe, because you guys don't want to get caught or anything like that. I'm definitely like a follow the rule type of person. So like, I'm definitely going to warn you guys about that. But like, whatever, like if you guys want to hook up outdoors, like do it, because I do see that like being outside and in nature is going to be really beneficial. You know, you guys could go to like a nude beach, or you could just go to the beach in general and like make out on the beach or something like that. Whatever. Mother Earth, nature is really, really important for you guys. Okay, now I'm going to roll the Astro Dice. And we have the 6th house, Mercury, and Cancer. The last group got Mercury and Cancer as well. You guys will have to let me know. Astrology is not my strong suit. I make like little guesses and assumptions about astrology, but it's definitely not my strong suit. Maybe Mercury is moving through Cancer when you meet this person. Maybe it's happening for a lot of people. Maybe the last group too, Mercury might be moving through Cancer when they meet them. With the 6th house here and Mercury, I do feel like you guys could discuss a lot of ideas about your routine and your health habits and stuff like that. Specifically with Mercury in the 6th house here, Mercury representing communication, I do see that you could be discussing a lot of things like this. I do think you will be talking about the people who have hurt you in your past, right? Because 6th house talks about enemies. I do feel like with Mercury and communication here, you'll be talking about what makes you feel safe, and you'll be talking about the enemies that you've had in your life. So for example, people who've pissed you off, people who've royally just ticked you off, I see that you're able to freely share these little idiosyncrasies with this person, with this Firefly person, and they accept it like fully. They're like, oh yeah, people like that so bug me, blah, 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 blah. I deal with it like this, you know, yada, yada. So I do feel like you guys are going to be communicating in a way that like is building a sense of protection for both of you, because you're helping each other figure out how to avoid certain people in your life that you're just trying to not want to deal with, right? Like, I feel like there's people in your guys' life where you're just like, I don't want to deal with you. Like, you bug me, you irritate me. And I feel like this person's really going to help you find solutions on how to deal with those people. It's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. With Cancer here, this person's going to feel very homey. I feel like you guys might spend a lot of time in a home situation. So building upon the outdoors thing, if you guys are hooking up outdoors, you might do it in someone's backyard. You might do it in someone's living room with the doors wide open or something like that. Something like that to let the breeze in or something. Also with Cancer here, I do feel like you both are sensitive, and I feel like one of you could be a parent with fertility here. So one of you might already have a child in this connection. That's only for some of you, but you might be getting into a relationship where one of you has a child. Maybe you guys watching this have a child. That would be you then. And this person is just going to be very supportive and motherly and nurturing to that child, and be like a very good person, or like, not authority. That's the wrong word. Just be a very good presence in that, like a good role model. That's the word I'm looking for. A good role model in your child's life, or you're going to be a good role model in their child's life, or something like that. So yeah, and I also see with fertility here, you guys could easily have children, is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. I think that both of you are very fertile in this way. Let's pull some tarot cards. Let's get some tarot cards for you guys. Let's see, we have the Nine of Cups. We have the King of Pentacles. Oh, wow. We have the Seven of Cups. With this King of Pentacles with the wolf here, I do want to point out that I know I mentioned children earlier, but it could be that one of you has a pet or a dog or an animal or something like that. Some kind of animal, could be wild actually, like someone has a very unique pet, like a snake or like a chameleon, or I don't know what kind of pet it would be. It's just someone has a very unique animal or something like that in this connection. If they don't have, if people don't have children, then they have a pet. Yeah, I'm seeing the snake here too. So it could be like someone has a snake. With the Seven of Cups here, I am seeing that there's this vibe that this person's very like surprising. Like you never know what you're going to get. Like this guy's looking to see what's in all of these cups, and he can't figure it out because they're all turned upside down, right? And there's all these different things slipping out of them in the clouds around these cups. But it's like you don't know what you're going to get. And I think that's a very positive thing in this connection. I think that it's one of those things where this person surprises you in a pleasant way. I think it takes a little bit of risk, though, is kind of the vibe that I'm getting with this person and kind of your interactions with them. I think it takes a little bit of a risk to kind of see what's underneath the cup, right? Like they might present something to you like, oh my gosh, I have this crazy story. Do you want to hear about it? And you might think like, maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Like, do I want to look under this piece of them? Do I want to hear about this particular part of them? I am seeing that any cup that you flip over, yeah, it's going to surprise you, but it's not necessarily going to shock you. And it's not necessarily going to disturb you, is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. Because we do have the Nine of Cups here where this person is like feeling fully free, and all these cups are in the upright position. They're all pointing upward to the heavens, right? Where all these cups are pointing downwards, right? So I do feel like any cup you overturn with this person is going to be like a treasure chest. It's going to feel like a blessing, essentially. It's going to feel like a blessing. So for example, even if you talk about things, maybe you're nervous with this hidden enemies thing in the Mercury energy. It's like maybe you're nervous to talk to them about people that you don't like. You're like, oh man, I don't want to open up about people that I don't like. Like what if they like these types of people, or what if they're like friends with these people or something like that. I am seeing that that could be a cup that you don't want to overturn, but then once you open it up, they like pleasantly surprise you. It's like a surprise, but it's not necessarily shocking. Some of these surprises, I'm going to tell you are going to be neutral. Not necessarily bad, but neutral. You're going to be surprised by their answer, but it's not going to affect you. It's going to be neutral. It's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. So some of these surprises are going to be very good. So with the Nine of Cups here, I do feel like there is kind of like an evolution is kind of what I'm seeing. That this person, when they like open up these parts of themselves, they're very like relieved to be able to open this side of themselves up, basically. Yeah, I see that this person's very open when they're shining with the firefly energy, going back to that again, when they're being light, bright, extroverted and effervescent. I see this person's very shining, bursting forth with energy. I see that they're a treasure to behold. And also when I see that they're closed off, you might have to like flip open a cup to like get them to open up. But I see that if you reach in there when they're closed off and you like ask them a specific question, they'll open up. It's just going to be, the answer might surprise you because they might be in a different mood or something like that. With King of Pentacles here, I do see this person is very wealthy. I do see this person is having a lot of money. technically it's going to be either you or them that have a lot of money, but mainly I'm saying it's this person. This person has a lot of resources, a lot of money. With King of Pentacles here, this person could be older. They could also have a really expansive wealth of knowledge. So they might know a lot. They might have the way I'm getting this with them being so social in the Firefly and this kind of energy, they could in a way like know a lot of gossip. Like they could know a lot of what's going on in their environment. Yeah, so if you describe things about enemies or people that you don't like, they might know a little bit about those people and be able to tell you a little bit about them. This King of Pentacles is just so jovial, and he has this white beard. I'm thinking of like old age and longevity here, and I do feel like this person could be a really solid person for a long connection. Also, we do have like a Pentacles energy sandwiched in between two Cups energies. So I do feel like when you guys start communicating, it could be that you guys are very both like emotional in your communication. And then when you get closer, you start talking about more practical elements like finances. If you guys get married, like kids, stuff like that. But this next person coming in for sure is just in general a little bit wealthy. They know a lot. They're going to feel like a big blessing with Nine of Cups. I think this person's going to feel like a reward for like work well done. And I do feel like your curiosity is a good thing in this connection. The more curious you are about them, the more they're going to open up, right? The more they're going to shine brighter. You know, this person feeds off other people's interest in them, essentially. So I feel like if you guys show interest in them, they will definitely show interest in you. They will return the interest in you. I do feel like this is one of those connections too where I feel like they're going to approach you is kind of the vibe that I'm getting, at least initially, just because I see that when they're in this bright Firefly energy, they shine so brightly that they can kind of interact with everyone and kind of make a connection with anyone, basically, because they're so social in that mode. I think what gets them knowing that you're interested in them is you guys asking questions. Like when you guys start asking questions about their personality or what they do or who they are, I think that's when they figure out like, okay, this person's interested in me. We can make a connection from this, or we can move on from here. We can make this a more intimate thing. So I do see that. That's what's coming next for you guys in love. I hope you enjoyed that. With that said, if you feel like subscribing to the channel, please do so. If you feel like just commenting or liking the video, do that as well. With that said, we're going to end the reading here. And yeah, we're going to move on to the next group, which is the Orange Agate. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I really appreciate you viewing this. And yeah, thank you. Bye. Hey, group 3, this if you picked the Orange Agate, this lovely stone right here. So let's get into your reading. So first, I'm going to draw a Animal Oracle card and a Love Story Oracle card. So let's get an Animal Oracle card. Okay, we have Cheetah. And we need a Love Story Oracle card. So this is all about who's coming in next for love. So let's see. We have 2 cards for you guys. We have Trust and Patience. Now, I don't know if you noticed that, but this whole deck was just like spread out everywhere. So we'll get into that in a second. Let's set these cards down. With the cards being all over the place when these things came up, I feel like there's just like a feeling that, especially 2 cards coming up here, there's like a lot of energy that's coming through as far as like the love story cards connection for this person. I feel like this person is like pretty singular. So what does that mean? That means that like this person has like one personality. They're like a singular person. But I think the feelings for them are like all over the place, right? I think they think that your feelings for this person are going to be a little bit like a roller coaster, but the predominant feelings that I see are trust and patience. So I see that no matter what direction your feelings go in when you meet this person, right, there's a strong sense of trust And ultimately, I think that's one of the biggest foundations for your guys' relationship, is that both of you don't necessarily, either of you don't lie to each other, right? There's a strong element of trust here. Even if the other person does lie in a specific situation, I'm seeing they do it in a way that is acceptable by the other party, or that's like, okay, I understand why they said that there. That makes sense. Otherwise, solid trust for this whole connection. I just want to put that out there for you guys, because I feel like maybe in your past you had relationships where you couldn't trust the person, or where they couldn't trust you, or something like that. Or there's just a little bit of paranoia I'm seeing in your past relationships. In this one, solid trust, right? And especially because these hands are two different colors, right? We have a black hand and a white hand. I do see this as just representing, like, it's like a physical symbolism of like two different perspectives joining and reaching for each other and still trusting in each other, even though they're very different from each other. This can also indicate that, like, you're dating someone, the next person coming in is a different race than you, someone who's like, you know, someone outside of your culture or something like that. But overall, this just means this person's going to have a very different perspective from you, but you fully trust them. Even though they are different from you, you do trust them completely. We do have a lot of dark blues, indigos, and we have like light blues here indicating like the throat chakra and the third eye chakra. Very similar to group 1 in a sense. So I do feel like there's more of like a psychic connection. Communication flows pretty effortlessly between both of you. There are a lot of feelings coming through, right? There are a lot of feelings. I feel like your feelings for this person can stretch in different ways. So like, for example, at one moment you might really find them very alluring on a physical, very guttural, sexual, like passionate level. And then on the next moment, you might be like, oh my gosh, this person's like my best friend. And then you might feel platonic energy towards them. Other moments you might feel like, you're just feeling a lot of, I'm seeing a lot of positive feelings, but like positive feelings that are kind of like a roller coaster, right? Like, you might have moments where you're very intellectual with this person, or you're very spiritual with this person, or maybe you guys are working on a project together, or they're motivating you in some way, shape, or form, or something like that. And the main thing that I'm seeing is even through all these different phases of this connection, your feelings, even though they're shifting a lot, some of the predominant ones are trust and patience. Patience is one of these key elements here that I think your person appreciates a lot, because with Cheetah here, this person is someone who, how do I put this? They are not necessarily the most patient themselves, but also I feel like they require a lot of patience from a partner. So I feel like you guys are ultimately like a very patient person. I feel like you guys, at least with this person, you're very patient and you wait for things to happen with them. And you know that if something's not happening with them, it's just a matter of time, right? Like this person might just have a need to have time. And I think even the way you guys are able to have patience too is because this person's very fast acting, very fast. With the Cheetah card here, they're very energetic. I see with the fire symbol here, you find this person very sexually alluring. I'm going to move this over here just because it's bothering me, the symmetry of that. You find this person very sexually alluring. And I'm seeing the cheetah's dots on his skin. And it's kind of reminding me of like points, like you're making a point in an argument or something like that. I do feel like this person can match you as far as like arguments and stuff like that goes. And I feel like they really respect your point of view is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. Also, poking each other could be something that you guys appreciate with one another. Like maybe you guys poke or pinch each other or something like that. Also, with the cheetah, with his tears in his eyes, this person's very energetic, very fast paced, very like out there like that. But at the same time, they have kind of a sorrowful look about them. So they might have a sadness or a hidden sadness that makes them more sexually attractive to you guys. So for example, I think that you guys in the past have met people who don't see the deeper side of life. And this person definitely sees the deeper side of life. I don't know if they discuss it or not. I haven't seen that yet, but they definitely feel the deeper side of life. And they have like a side to them that's a little more, they've been through some stuff, basically, and I think because of their trauma that they've been through, that's what's drawing you to them. It's weird, because I think you guys are actually attracted to a little bit of their trauma in a way. So, Yeah, you have patience for them. So I feel like if they're running around doing all these different things and they're just being really energetic and they want to do this and they want to do that and then they want to do this and they want to do that, right? And they're going all over the place because the cheat is a hunter, right? They have like a goal, they set their mind on it and they achieve it, they get it. So I feel like this is the type of person where if you ask them to do something, it might take them a while to come around to your point of view to like do the thing for you. But that's where your patience comes into play, right? I feel like you guys watching this, you're very patient people. If you ask someone to do something for you, you don't mind waiting a little bit for the thing to get done. It's almost like you guys know it will get done with this person because they're so active and fast paced. No matter what, they're going to get around to it, right? They're going to get around to doing that task for you or helping you out or asking you out on that date or going somewhere with you or something like that. And with this trust card, there's a strong sense that even though they're out doing different things, like they might go, you know, I feel like this person is all over the place as far as like, impulses, speed, decisions, stuff like that. But with trust here, you can trust them no matter what to make the right choices. It's like because they've felt that trauma of life, they've been hurt before, this cheetah person. So they know, how do I put this? They're not going to hurt you, right? They've been through enough pain in life to know that they need to treat everyone kindly, right? Yeah, I feel like this person is very like sympathetic and very like a very kind person, even though they're very energetic. The only way I can see them hurting someone is through their own impatience of like trying to get things done and like trying to get things to move too quickly. And then other people, you know, being in their way and then they want to move them out of their way or something like that. Let's get some other cards on the table. Where are those crystal cards? Okay, let's see what else is coming through with this person. We have expanded awareness. Let's get one more. Take the top one of this. We have new beginnings. Yeah. Okay, so I feel like this person with new beginnings, this person is a new type of person for you. This is a relationship that's very different from previous relationships. So I'm seeing that you might just be careful. You don't want to repel this person right off the bat just because they're different and they're not what you're used to, right? Follow that gut of that being sexually drawn to them with that fire symbol right there. I feel like you guys want to be intimate with them. There's this like passionate energy here with you and this person. Yeah, another crystal with like a whole bunch of different colors and patterns and stuff. I feel like this person, there's just the whole spectrum of emotions you're going to be going through with them in a very good way. I feel like this person makes you feel the richness of life. They make you feel alive is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. I think maybe you guys have felt dead inside for a little while, or like you've had moments in your life where you felt dead inside, or you felt like life isn't like exciting enough or invigorating enough. This person's going to invigorate you. With new beginnings here, this person is going to start new projects with you, or they're going to want to start new projects with you. I feel like this person also is going to want to help you get moving in life. So they're going to want to help you get started on projects. So whatever ideas you talk to them about, keep this in mind. They are actually going to want to help you. They're going to want to help you create those ideas in your world, in your reality. This person's definitely someone who wants to help build upon things that you're thinking about and wants to make them real, wants to make them new, wants to make, it's a very exciting energy with new beginnings here. This person wants to, I feel like they already, like whatever they think of, they're very impulsive in a sense, like whatever they think of, they immediately do, or they put into action, or they put into, how do I put this? They put it into action essentially. So whatever you guys want to do, like if you have new ideas, they're going to want to get you to put those into action as well. They're going to want to have you start new beginnings in your life and start a new project or something like that. Especially if you're curious about it, they're going to want to push you in that way. With expanded awareness here, I think this person's really going to expand your third eye chakra. We saw that a little bit again here with the indigo and the blue and the indigo colors. But with Azurite here, this is like very strong third eye psychic abilities. I feel like this person, this doesn't really have anything to do with them specifically. It's just that them being around you catalyzes like a psychic awakening in you. So I do think you're going through two things when you meet this person. You're meeting someone who's very like, you're very much head over heels with, is kind of what I'm seeing. And this person's really, how do I put it? Like really invigorating you on some levels. And because your emotions are being pushed all around, it's like expanding your breadth, right? Like, how do I put this? Like, say you were only feeling like happy and sad before, but this person makes you feel motivated, cheerful, expansive. Maybe they make you feel, you know, like passionate. Sometimes maybe they make you feel angry about certain people or places or something like that, and to get you motivated to do something or whatever. Because they're expanding your emotional range, with Azurite here, expanded awareness, it's also expanding your psychic ability, because your emotions, for you guys, are tied in with your psychic sense. So, for example, when you guys feel a specific emotion, it's tying itself into like a psychic impression. And so basically the fact that you're moving these emotions, you're like the spectrum's going wild for you guys in this connection. It's increasing your psychic abilities. So I feel like you guys might, with these new beginnings, you might start a psychic line of work. So for example, you might read tarot cards, you might do psychic readings for people, or you might, it's just interesting. It's expanding your intuition is kind of what I'm seeing. Okay, let's roll the Astro Dice. We have the first house, we have Libra. Oh, that was at Libra. And we have Venus. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, this is a connection that with Libra and Venus here that I think is a very long-term connection. I think you guys are going to feel a lot of pleasure in this connection. I think you guys are going to really enjoy the pleasures of life is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. With the first house here, I do see the aspect, you're really attracted to their body. I'm going to be honest. You're really attracted to their body. I think that you guys might work out together or something like that. But I do see a good solid balance, because we do have Venus here. So I do see that there's like this feeling of pleasure as well as like motivation as well. But with the first house here, I feel like you guys really enjoy each other's physical appearance. You know, and that's something that, like, you might like their personality too, but I definitely think that physically they're your type. I do think that this person is someone that physically is your type, but energetically is someone who's new and different for you. Because their energies, I think their energy is going to feel refreshing, but it's going to be different for sure. Because it's interesting because you guys fit so naturally with their energy, you know, at least at first. It's like with the patience card and the trust card, you can easily just fully trust them. And I don't even want to say at first, because I feel like this could be a very long-term connection, especially with, you know, Libra being here next to Venus. It's like, there is this vibe that this is a very long-term connection, possibly extending into marriage. Yeah, this is what's coming next for love for you guys. Let me get some tarot cards for you guys. Okay. We have the Hermit, the Four of Swords, and the King of Wands. Okay, these are just some other energies that are coming across for you guys. First, with the Hermit here, I feel like you guys are going to really enjoy isolating with each other. So, for example, when they're not out running errands or doing things in their daily life or being their natural cheetah energetic self, going from activity to activity, I think, because a lot of what I talked about is like you patiently waiting for them to come to you. When you guys are together, this is kind of representing your home life. With the Hermit card here, I think you guys can really luxuriate in your own alone time away from the world. I think that you guys really can cloister yourselves off from other people, essentially, and really enjoy your alone time together. I think you guys are going to enjoy watching movies. You're going to enjoy reading books together. There's a strong vibe of really enjoying each other's alone time. And I think that in the long run, you guys are going to slowly come back to this alone time and really want to be together alone for long periods of time. With Four of Swords, I do see this as one card that talks about deep rest. So I do feel like you guys will sleep together in the same bed. For those of you who that's like, you know, appalling, right? Like you're like, you know, I could never sleep with my partner. What if they snored? What if they this? What if they that? This person, you will be able to sleep like a baby next to them in bed. It will be very compatible. I feel like you guys will be able to sleep in the same bed very easily. That's something that's coming through. There is this feeling of deep rest and relaxation in your home life when you're around this person. So I feel like even though you're both very, well, they're definitely very energetic and active, when they come home, they totally shut it off. They rest, they relax, they recover. The home for them is a place where They can totally deeply relax. With King of Wands here, I do see this person as a little bit of a boss energy, a little bit of an authority in a sense. With the Lion here, I do feel like this person has a little bit of pride. I feel like this person likes to accomplish things on their own. I think that's one of the reasons why you have to be patient, because they don't want you to go ahead and do something if they think they can like do it better, or they have a pride in something that they do. Pride's coming through specifically. So for example, if they are really good at painting pictures, right? And you have to paint a picture for a project. They're going to want to paint the picture. They're going to want to walk you through painting the picture because they know that that's their talent and their skill. So they definitely have pride in their talents and abilities. This could range from anywhere from like fixing a computer, right? Maybe this person is really technologically proficient, and so they know how to fix computers and cell phones and stuff like that, and they pride themselves on ability to use technology. They don't want you to work on that technology because they have a pride that they're the one who does it. That's their thing. They're proud of it. That's the vibe that I'm getting. They're very proud of what they do, and they want to be able to do that. I don't see this crossing over so much. I do see whatever it is that they're really good at, it's one of your weaknesses, so you guys don't really mind that they take over. Like, you don't really mind they do it anyway because it's something that you don't really enjoy doing at all. You know, that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. So there's a strong vibe though that like if you do want to try and do it, like it's just a message that they have a lot of pride in what they do. So whatever they do, this could be their career, this could be their friends that they have a lot of pride in the things that they have. This also extends to you guys. They have a lot of pride in you. They like definitely feel like you're someone that they can be very proud of, and they want to show you off is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. With King of Wands here, they have this illumination effect as a leader. So they definitely illuminate problems that people don't necessarily see. So for example, as a boss or a leader or an authority figure, when their subordinates or people below them or like friends or something like that are in a pickle or in a difficult time, they have a way of illuminating the situation to shine solutions on the problem essentially. I'm also seeing red here as this woman's color on her shirt, and red is this guy. And I definitely think that, yeah, I think that like the color red is lucky for you guys in your connection. I think that this person likes the color red too. So if you're thinking about dressing up for this person, or when you're like going on dates with them and stuff, I would wear something that has a little bit of red in it. I think that's about all I got for you guys. I'm going to end the reading there. If you guys like this reading, please like or comment below. If you really enjoyed this reading, feel free to subscribe to the channel. We're always welcoming new subscribers here at Cody Tarot. With that said, I really enjoyed reading for you guys. I really like this person for you, honestly. This is a really strong connection. I do see like marriage in the future between both of you, or it could extend to that. Maybe you guys just keep a long-term relationship for a while, but yeah, I don't know. I just definitely see it extending to something very long-term in the long run. So yeah, with that said, I'm going to end the reading there. Bye guys. I'll see you in the next one. Moving on to group 4 with the blue Aragonite. Bye. Hey group 4. This is if you picked the blue Aragonite, this lovely stone right here. So let's get into your reading. First, I'm going to draw an animal oracle card for you guys. Let's see, what animal wants to come out? Okay, we have rabbit. And we also need a love story oracle card for you guys. Let's draw one of these. And we have memories. You guys have someone from the past coming back into your life. This is someone who's coming back and they want something serious. This is someone who you've dated before and they're like, this person, group 4 is the one. I am returning. I am coming back with a vengeance and I want something serious. I think they're going to tell you this. Also, I think you and this person with rabbit here, you guys had a really good sex life. I don't really know why you broke up. I'm not seeing that so much as why, but I'm seeing that the sex was really good. Or the intimate moments were really good. This person probably was a little nervous or a little anxious when you guys were hanging out. That might have been one of the reasons why they were not such a good option back in the day. I think that you guys probably wanted someone who's a little bit more stronger, a little bit more authoritative or something like that. This person has a lot of nervous energy is kind of what I'm seeing. Although you guys, when you hooked up, it was really amazing. It's kind of what I'm seeing. But I think that either you or them, it's mainly, I'm seeing you guys mainly didn't want to tie the knot with them, but they're coming back to like make another attempt, or they're coming back to say like, hey, I'm serious now, or like, before I may not have been serious, but I'm serious now. Like, I'm really into this. Like, I want to devote myself to you. Like, this person is coming back with a serious kind of commitment. And yeah, with memories, I think you had positive memories with this person. You may have had some negative memories too, but the main thing that I'm seeing is they think you are the one, and they're returning back to tell you that. They're very curious about starting up a brand new relationship with you. They want a new beginning. They like, their memories of you are like so wonderful because they've had like a lot of life experience. And the memories of you guys are something that they really treasure, right? So they just definitely want to come back. They're coming back into the picture. I do think that they're not as nervous as they used to be, or they don't have as much anxiety as they used to, so that's good. Also, I think that the sex will still be really good for you guys. I think that that is not something that has changed. So if you missed that, that could be a thing to do with this person. Just keep in mind that this person does want something serious. So, you know, it's up to you guys if you want to like, if you're not, you know, I wouldn't like, what's it called? Tease a person, you know, like lead them on. Okay, yeah, I wouldn't lead this person on, is kind of what I'm saying. But it is up to you. It's like your guys' choice. But yeah, this is the next person coming to you in love. So yeah, let's see what else is coming up in the cards. Let's get these crystal cards out on the table. We have communication. That's the strong theme for all the groups today. We need a couple more cards to come out. Let's see. Okay, we have Herkimer Diamond, which is dreams and self-love. Yeah, I honestly feel like this person has been dreaming about you a lot. Like, they don't just think about you in the daytime. It's also like daydreams are coming to mind. Like, they're daydreaming about you and what could happen with you and all the memories of what had happened, right? They realize that you were the type of person that made them feel a lot of self-love. You were the type of person who made them feel really just good about themselves when they were around you. I want to know, like, it might be mixed because I'm not getting signs for it. So I'm just feeling it has to be mixed for this group, that either they didn't want to make a commitment to you back in the day, or you didn't want to make a commitment to them back in the day. I do feel with communication here, that's going to be something that's way better than it used to be. I feel like you guys, now that you're coming back together, there's going to be a really solid amount of communication that, and I think it's a thing that needs to be talked about, right? I think there's going to be a lot of communication when this person comes back. I do see you kind of hooking up with this person, or experimenting with this person, or just like having a good time with this person. But there is a lot of communication that goes into it. I was specifically picking up, like, I don't know if you guys want to lead this person on. So I think you guys are careful. But I feel like this person, like, I'm getting the vibe with the rest of these cards that this is a very comfortable connection. Like, this person was very comfortable. It's not like an awkward thing where it's like, there's like a lack of communication. I feel like this person, how do I put it? Like, when you guys were a thing back in the day, it was, I feel like it's just easier when they come back into the picture, right? It's like easier now. There's better communication. They love themselves more. They're dreaming about you a lot. They want to start a new thing with you. With blue, pink, and yellow, I specifically see this combination of colors as representing like loving and partying and stuff like that. So I do feel like this person might want to like go to parties with you, or maybe just want to go out or have a good time, or just really explore music together or something like that. Let's get some Astro Dice. We have Libra, we have the 9th house, and we have Pluto. Yeah, this person went through a transformation with Pluto here. This person went through a transformation. They're very different than they used to be. And they are balanced now with the Libra symbol here. I feel like they're balanced. They were too anxious before, or they had kind of like a sense of anxiety, or they had some kind of like psychological thing that was going on that was difficult for you guys to hang out with them. It's like they were always anxious, or they were always worried, and you were like tired of it or something like that. I see that they've gone through a transformation now. They've learned to love themselves, and it's really eliminated a lot of their anxiety. Yeah, with the 9th house here, I think that this person is thinking big picture with you. I think that they feel like you're their destiny. The other thing with the 9th house, I am thinking of like higher education with the 9th house. I feel like this person has learned a lot, and this person has a lot to teach you. So for example, they've learned a lot in their life, and they want to share those life lessons with you, is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. I feel like this is a very much of a role reversal for this connection, because I feel in the past, you guys were the ones who were teaching them, or you were the ones who were the older person in this connection, or you were the one who was showing them the way or something like that. And I think you guys got tired of it. In this moment, when they're coming back, they're here to teach you things now. Like they've learned a lot about life, and they're ready to sit in that role of the teacher for you and teach you things. I think with communication in the 9th house, you guys are going to be discussing a lot of higher principles, a lot of philosophical ideals, a lot of philosophical ideas. With self-love here, I think that they've received kind of a higher love from like God himself or the universe. Basically, they've been connected divinely to... I also think with 9th house, it reminds me of travel a little bit. And I do think this person maybe has gone through a journey of sorts in order to come back to you, right? And you are the destination on this journey. It's almost like they're not too attached to if they end up with you or not, because I see that they've gone through so much self-love that they don't need another person necessarily. They just feel like they want to definitely give it another shot, because I feel like they're just serious about the connection now. They're definitely serious about the connection. They want to give it another shot. They've been through it. They've been through a transformation. They've been through a journey. And they're ready to make that commitment. They're not holding out, like they're holding out hope, obviously, but like, I don't think this person's going to be butthurt if you tell them no, right? But I also don't think, I think that if you avoid the commitment question that they have, I think this kind of situation is going to fade out kind of quick, is kind of the vibe that I'm getting, because I don't think they just want to hook up. I think they either want like a commitment from you, or they want to like reunite, have a few intimate meetings, and then part ways, because they're definitely taking you seriously, but they're in this commitment energy is kind of what I'm seeing. Let's get some tarot cards. I feel like giving this deck a good shuffle. Let's get the tarot cards out on the table. This is someone who's been through it. They've done their growth. They've done their quote unquote life research and applied it to themselves. This is a person who, because they're ready to make that commitment, I feel like this person definitely, how do I put this? This would be someone who would want something very serious and long term. So this could be someone who's popping the question, something like that, which might seem weird because they haven't seen you in a while, but parties, celebrations, I knew it. Yeah, okay, so this person definitely, there's something thrilling about this person. I think they're surprising you. I think this person coming back into play, you're like, whoa, I did not expect you to be this person. Like, I did not expect you to have these characteristics. Like with Page of Cups here, there's a youthfulness about this person. I mean, this person's coming back where they used to be like worn down or something, or they had this anxiety about them. They have a youthfulness about them now. It's like, the experience actually made them refreshed and rejuvenated. I think this person, they're definitely open to like the unusual in life. With Four of Wands here, they definitely want to celebrate with you and have a good time. If anything, this romantic encounter is going to be something where you guys are going to have a lot of fun. You might have a few hookups, a few intimate moments, but if you don't want something serious, they're going to just go the other way, right? But they want to have a good time with you. They want to just like show you they've changed is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. With the star, they definitely are holding out hope and dreaming about you. We got that again with the Herkimer diamond over here. They've definitely been thinking about you and dreaming about you. You are the hope that was kind of like the thing that was going to, how do I put this? They went through a transformation where they had to learn self-love. You were the hope at the end of the tunnel that they were looking forward to meeting and seeing once they went through this transformation. They were ready to see you. They were ready to kind of like say, you know what? I really want to see group 4. Like, I've been through it. I've gone through the work. I've done the work. I'm ready for a commitment with them. I know I'm ready for that with them now. With the star card here, I do think also that this person, maybe it's possible that this person's famous. I'm getting a lot of indications that this connection would be really fun if you guys pursued it. Even though this person's very serious and they want a serious commitment, with Page of Cups, 4 Wands, and the Star, these are all very, very positive cards, like just overflowing with positivity. I think they want to feel like life is a celebration with you. I think they will always make it so you're always having fun. You're always having a good time. They're going to always surprise you in positive ways. Also with the Star card here, they're always going to make you feel hopeful or renewed in the connection. I don't think you'll ever have to doubt this person's commitment to you or doubt that they're sincere in their affections. I think that this person definitely wants to make you feel like you're the center of the universe. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. Honestly, you guys, this person is like a dream come true. I mean, I don't know what is going on with you guys, if you like this person or not, but this person coming back seems like a dream come true. I think a lot of you watching this are like, I don't believe it. Like, I don't believe this person that you're talking about has changed. Like, I know who this is and I don't think they've changed. Believe it, this person is coming back. There's a significant difference in their personality. They have definitely changed. They have definitely grown. They have definitely evolved. And I think that they're ready to make that commitment. So that was the end of your reading, group 4. If you guys enjoyed that, please like or comment below. If you really enjoyed the reading and you resonated with my energy, feel free to subscribe to the channel. We're always welcoming new subscribers here at Cody Tarot. And with that said, we're going to end the reading here and we're going to move on to group 5 with the green jade. Thank you guys again so much for watching. It was a pleasure to read for you. Goodbye. Hey, group 5, this is if you picked the green jade cube. Last group, and there's always crazy stuff that happens with the last group. I mean, at least for me, like, the groups will be going along a certain way, and then all of a sudden, like, there's just something wild about, you know, something in the last group. Just always, like, it either speeds up or gets clearer or something like that. It was, like, the final straw. Okay, so let's see. We have the eagle for you guys as your animal oracle card for this person. What's next in love? I'm gonna be honest, this eagle card sometimes is hard for me to read. Like, I don't get as many associations with it as I get with other cards. So I'll be surprised. I want to see what comes out today in today's reading. So for your love story oracle card, we have balance as your card. This is really simple and to the point. So this part of the reading might not have as many messages for you guys because I'm getting my cards that like I don't associate too many messages with them. So I'm just going to tell you what I normally see with these cards and then we'll go from there. So just in general, this person's going to want like a freedom of spirit. They're going to want their space. The eagle is the highest card in the animal portion of the Kim Cran's deck. Actually, it represents like a peak of evolution or a peak growth point. So I do feel like this person that you're meeting is very highly evolved, has grown a lot. It's interesting because I do see this sun right over here and this eagle flying around this sun. I do think that this person likes to, what's the word? Be around people who are famous, or they like to be around people who are celebrities in a sense, or they like to be around people who have status. So this person definitely is someone who likes people who have status. I think they themselves have a lot of status, but they almost like being the one that is around other people who have like the fame, right? They might not necessarily be the famous one, but they want to be around people who have fame. They want to be around people who are like, how do I put it? Like have a position in society. So whether you guys are like that or not, this is the next person coming in for your love life. So even if you guys are not the famous person in this connection, they're going to have a lot of people, or they're going to be talking a lot about trying to meet with certain people that are famous or something like that. I do see with balance here, this is going to be a very balanced connection, right? And now I say that with like, almost like a hesitancy, because I do see that this balance with you and them could be a little monotonous. I don't know if that's the right word. Give me a second. Let me think if I can think of a different word. Comfortable is coming to mind. I do feel like sensually you guys really connect. This person could be a good lover as far as like bringing to the table all the things that you need, but there's something missing. There's like a spark that's missing right off the bat. So I feel like this person, what's coming next in love is a person who is like very successful, like very evolved. They do have a little bit of a status thing where they want to be around people who have status. But other than that, I think that with the balance card here, and they're like, how do I put this? They're very, there's like a balance connection with this person. Like it does feel balanced. It just feels a little, the vibe I'm getting is it's a little, like there's a boring element to it too. Like this person has a little bit of a bore to them, or there's something about them that is not as intriguing to you as like other people you've had in the past. But I do see this person coming in that you're like, interesting. Like I'm like, I feel like you're like interested in this person because it's different than like other options you've had in the past. But yeah, with the eagle here, if you are in the States, this person could be like a very proud American, you know, because the eagle is like our bird. So like, they could be very like proud or like have a patriotic attitude or something like that. That could be something that is paramount for them. Let's see what else comes up. I'm going to pull the crystal cards and see what else we get. So let's see what else comes up for group 5's person. Okay, so your first card is Emerald, Compassion, and then we also have Pink Tourmaline, Forgiveness. Okay. Yeah, this person with forgiveness here, this could have been someone... this is coming through so weird. Okay, so this person could be someone that you feel like if you have an intimate moment with or you get into a relationship with, you will be forgiving either yourself or someone else for a past transgression. With compassion here, I feel like the process of getting to know this person is going to give you a sense of forgiveness about your past, right? With something that you've done. So I feel like you guys, when you meet this person, you're like, oh, if I like love this person, then I can be forgiven for what I did to this other person, is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. Also with compassion here, I do feel like you feel very much compassionate towards this person. You might even feel sorry for them a little bit, but I am seeing that like, this is so interesting. It's like with definitely strong heart chakra energy. I definitely think you feel love for this person for sure. It's just with forgiveness and compassion coming through, it's coming off as almost like pity or something like that. Like you're like concerned about them, or you feel... I want to pull more cards. I feel like I need more information. Like this is one of those readings where it's like there's not the full picture is coming through. There's something in your guys' past that came through about this person. I think this is one of those connections where this person's going to be fleeting, right? Like this doesn't feel like a very long-term connection. It feels very fleeting. Let me get more astro dice to see what is coming through. We have Capricorn, the South Node, and the 9th house. Yeah, this person's this has to do with something from your past. This person is, something happened in your past, and if you date this person in the present, you feel like you're going to be forgiven for something that you did in the past. This is going to help you be compassionate towards, this relationship's helping you be compassionate towards others that you might not normally be compassionate towards. I am seeing with the Capricorn energy, this person is hardworking or a hardworking person, and the relationship could be more hard work than like you want for a long-term commitment. Just so you guys know, just because this is what's coming next in love doesn't mean this is like your future spouse, or this is like the person that's coming next in love for the rest of your life, right? This person, if they come through and it's to help you process a pain or to help you process a trauma or something like that, helping you to forgive yourself for something you did to someone else, This is kind of coming through as like karma, like you're rectifying your own karma by doing something good for someone. This definitely feels like a karmic connection in a way where you're like healing this person through some kind of like knowledge of someone else you've dated in the past. You know how to handle this person, so you're like healing this person instead because you couldn't heal that other person. This feel like a comfortable connection with balance here. It does feel comfortable, it feels connected, but it does feel a little dull a little bit. With the Capricorn energy, I think it's a little bit like there's work involved in this connection is kind of what I'm seeing. With 9th house, I do think one of the benefits of this connection is you will be able to discuss philosophy with this person. I think they're highly intelligent. I think you're highly intelligent. I think this is two highly intelligent people coming together. Yeah, let's get more cards. Sorry guys, this is a shorter pile. This might be a shorter reading because there's just not much to discuss here. It's like a quick, there's not much going on beyond like the initial meeting or when the karma is completed in this connection. I think you guys are going to move past each other and move forward. But I think this needs to happen because I think that with the forgiveness card here, I really think that this person, that if you help out this person, you're going to be able to absolve yourself for something that you did. You know, I'm getting the vibe that like you did something bad or something and you're trying to like overcome it by like helping this person. Let's see what else you have. Queen of Cups, yes, Empress, and 3 of Cups. I really do think you meet this person like a friend of a friend, like someone introduces you to this person. They think you guys would hit it off or something like that. There is this vibe that like you could be meeting like that. With the 3 of Cups here. The 3 of Cups is also making me think of that this person is just meant to be a friend in the long run, that maybe you guys hook up a few times, but this person ends up just becoming a friend that you have or an acquaintance that you have. With the Empress card here, I do think you feel this person's really beautiful. I feel like you feel like this person is very gorgeous. It's just, there's something just kind of comfortable about them that's not really like all that thrilling. With the Queen of Cups here, I do see that you like, you know, with this process of forgiveness with this person where you're trying to like develop this forgiveness for yourself, you take a more hands-off approach with this person, because I feel like with the last person where you can't forgive yourself for what you did, you had a more impulsive nature. So for this person, you're taking more of a hands-off approach. You're saying like, I'm going to let you do what you need to do around me and be with me. This might be even one of those situations where there's a person that you didn't get to hook up with in your past, and there's a person who's coming in that like really resembles them, that seems very much like them, and you get to hook up with them in this moment. Like you get to have like a physical union with them, where the other person you didn't get that physical union. But yeah, I do see you taking more of a hands-off approach. Your intuition is higher now. I want to tell you guys this. You guys have grown in spades since you met this other person or whatever this situation was that you can't forgive yourself for. You've grown in spades. And so I think that this is like your wisdom is coming through to help this other person. And I think that's a really beautiful thing. Trying to see if I see anything else. I don't want to leave you guys hanging with a short reading, but I might have to, because if that's the only messages coming through, that's all there is. That's all I can do about it, you guys. If that's all the messages that are coming through, you know, sometimes it's just a simple, quick thing. Let's see what else I can see. Yeah, with the Queen of Cups here in compassion, you have a lot of empathy for this person. I don't think you want them to suffer. I don't think you want them to go through any hardships. I think that's part of the healing process, is you helping them, and it's going to help you absolve something that you did in the past with someone else. See, I feel like I'm just repeating myself here. I'm going to end the reading there, guys. If you guys like that reading, sorry for a short one today for you guys, but if you like that reading, like or comment below. If you really enjoyed this reading, feel free to subscribe to my channel. We're always welcoming new subscribers here at Cody Tarot. With that said, I hope you enjoyed the pick of cards. I really enjoyed reading for you guys and delivering this message for you. And with that said, this is the last group for today. See, group 5 always surprises me. Like the rest of the groups were very different from group 5. And so group 5 was just very surprising for me. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to end the reading there. I'll see you guys in the next pick a card. Goodbye. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.